Namaste everyone, welcome back to my channel Awaken with Pradnya. I'm almost making this video after 1.5 months, I guess. I'm just back from India after amazing holiday, after meeting my family and friends almost after 3 years after the pandemic. This trip of mine was particularly very healing, very refreshing, and very uplifting. This was the first time I met many of you who have been following my channel face to face in various cities, and it was, I must say, it was a very amazing experience to meet people face to face and have a chit chat with them. And it really feels like you are actually meeting your soul tribe. And I really want to thank all those who made an effort to come and visit me face to face, because it really meant a lot for me and it was a great experience for me to connect with you all physically. I chose to do this particular video because while I was on my holiday, someone sent me a very long comment, and she had these particular questions, a series of questions. And I thought that I definitely must answer all these questions which she's asking, because I'm sure everybody is having one of those questions or all of those questions at some point or the other in their journey. So before I begin, I definitely want to urge all of those who are watching my video for the first time and have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification icon so that you will get notified whenever I upload new videos. I also offer one-on-one private sessions to those who are having some sort of a difficulty and need some assistance for navigating through this journey or through their spiritual awakening. All the information related to one-to-one sessions is given in the description of this video. I definitely want to read out her question first because it's a very long question. And I think it's very important for everybody to first understand what the question is. When you allow someone to walk in and out of your life once, twice, or countless times, are you not setting up very low standards for yourself? Allowing someone to take your niceness and forgiveness as a sign that it's okay for them to treat you this way. Now, I do really understand where this question is coming from, because as a chaser in this connection, most of us are really tired of being nice and forgive the other, and they are just coming in and going out, and there is so much of drama happening over there. And every time you feel that you are back to square one when they again walk out from your life. And but I really want to make very important points. First and foremost is that we really need to start and understand this connection not only from the earthly perspective, but there is a lot of more non-physical aspect which is also at play when it comes to twin flame connection, especially the twin flame connection. Emotional connection with your twin flame, mental connection with your twin flame, energetic connection with your twin flame, and spiritual connection with your twin flame. And I always talk about these five aspects when it also comes to twin flame union. So this answer is somehow directly or indirectly also related to twin flame union and how the union process happens. So I really urge you to listen to my answer very keenly over here. First of all, whatever is happening here on the earthly plane as an earthly drama is just one aspect. All this that the person is going in and out of your life, you are getting really drained. All this is the earthly physical unfolding, but there is also something which is happening on the mental level, right? When it comes to mental aspect, it involves your ego mind. And when your ego mind is involved in something, it will also operate from the place of fear, the place of insecurity, the place of judgment, the place of analysis. So you need to be aware that when you are reacting to a certain scenario, your mental aspect is very much at play over there, and you are trying to dissect everything, you are trying to analyze everything. And that is when you start asking these questions, that how can I allow somebody, this is not something which which I deserve, and he cannot really treat me this way. This is your physical personality, your ego mind thinking, which is natural. I'm not saying that there is anything wrong to feel something like this. All human beings are feeling the same way if they are being treated this way. But as you are a twin flame and you are in a twin flame journey, you are going through a certain connection, certain experience, there is definitely more to understand this. And I think our twin flame comes in our life exactly to show it to us, because the twin flame connection is such an intense connection. If all these things were happening with somebody else, you wouldn't even stand that person and you would just move on. But you are not able to move on because it is a twin flame connection. This person is a part of your soul, and he has entered your life for a certain reason, and that exact reason is being played over here in your experience. Now you even rise above, slightly above that mental aspect. You would start looking at the emotional aspect of this whole same unfolding. And what is it telling you? That whatever your ego is telling you, whatever stories your ego is telling you are reacting with your emotional body. So you are getting hurt, you are getting disappointed, your self-worth is challenged. That emotional body of you is like really triggered because your ego is coming in the picture from your mental aspects, right? So that is what is happening on your emotional level. If you rise slightly above the emotional level, there is also an energetic aspect of this particular connection, right? So whatever you have been doing or feeling in your physical aspect, your mental aspect, and your emotional aspect is definitely getting reflected in your energy body. So, your energy frequency, your vibration, the kind of vibrations you're holding on in your life, it is not aligned with your twin flame, because both of your energies are repelling each other. You are resenting him, or you're angry, you are disappointed. There is a lot of expectations you are having from this person. And because of that, your energies are also not vibrating at the same frequency. So, why I'm telling all these aspects so much in detail? Because I feel the more and more you start getting aligned with all these aspects, you actually start to come into union. And this particular question could be the classic, basic, base question to start with, that whatever your twin flame is doing, if you really start and analyze it from the higher perspective, this person encountered in your life for a reason. There was a spiritual purpose why you met this person. It was definitely not for some sort of a romantic connection, to sing some songs in the garden or anything of that sort. This person came in your life to awaken you spiritually, and that is what exactly that person is doing. However, I definitely don't want to say that, okay, whatever the situation is, you just give in to your twin flame and just accept whatever is coming your way. I definitely don't want to say that. As a human being, if you really do feel the need to stop something which you cannot really take from your twin flame, please go ahead and draw your own boundaries. There is nothing wrong in drawing your own boundaries and saying that, okay, enough is enough. This is it, and I cannot take it anymore. But do that because only because you want to draw some sort of a boundary for yourself, to have some sort of a mental peace inside you. Don't do that because you want to play some sort of a ego game there, where you want to punish them for something. Because if you do that, then you will be entering into another cycle like that, and we don't want to repeat such cycles again and again. There is definitely something to learn over here and move on from that cycle. In the twin flame connection, you would always notice some sort of a pattern of connection and disconnection. Whenever you connect, your twin flame is healing you in many ways, consciously or subconsciously, and your twin flame is also unlocking the purging process in your energy body. When your twin flame encounters you, your twin flame is activating you and your energy inside you, so that you spiritually awaken and you start paving your spiritual awakening way forward. When this energy is activated, your energy body will start purging everything which is negative stored in your body, which does not anymore serve you on your soul path. And that is why when this purging process starts, It has to be done in isolation. So most of the twin flames will separate when you are purging, when you are processing these triggers, when you are processing these emotions, which are going to challenge your ego, so that you process that ego and you come over that ego. This is the very job your twin flame is doing in your life. This process happens in chunks, and this has to happen in separation, because if you are together with your twin flame, you will be feeling such a great bliss in your life that you won't be able to process anything which is related to your soul search or going within or working on yourself. You won't feel the need to do that. And that is why your separation is inevitable. So you need to understand the higher aspect of what is exactly happening right now in your life. Your twin flame seems to be going in and out of your life, but the real reason why it is happening, because your energy body is activated and your purging process has is being facilitated by your twin flame's higher self. So your twin flame's physical personality does not even know about it, but they are being guided, and this connection disconnection pattern is happening according to the divine intervention, according to the divine plan. So there is a need for you to rise above and look at the unfoldings of your journey from a slightly higher perspective. What is happening to you energetically, what is happening to you emotionally, or what might be happening with your twin flame energetically and emotionally. You would start really enjoying this journey, because there is so much to learn over there. But as human beings, we are always indulged in dissecting our earthly drama, and we make it like really larger than life, and that's where we get stuck. Look around like, oh, there is so much of stuff in this journey which is happening in a non-physical way. Are you really noticing it? Are you really willing to pick things from the clues you are getting in this journey? If at all you are taking things personally, first of all, you have to rise above the earthly drama. You have to come out of this particular thinking pattern where you tend to take things very personally and hurt yourself again and again, and end up dissecting your twin flames behavior this way. The earlier you do this, the earlier you are going to shift into a different vibration altogether. They can walk in and out when they want, that it's okay for them to never try and better themselves, because we are not allowed to expect or ask something that could be healthy communication in a regular connection, especially if the expectation is the most basic in nature. I understand that they are meant to trigger us to get us started on our self realization journey. But once we have started on that journey and do begin to see our own potential and self worth, isn't it counter effective still allowing them to waltz in and out? I definitely want to highlight over here is them trying to better themselves. Very, very important point over here is that when it comes to the twin flame connection, there is one twin flame who is spiritually awakened and aware of this divinity of the connection. And there is another twin flame who is a matrix twin flame who is not aware of the spiritual side of the connection, and they don't have the overall big picture the way awakened twin flame has. Why you are feeling that you need to better yourself? Because you believe in the connection and you definitely want to take this connection to some conclusion or to some destination. When it comes to the matrix twin flame, they don't have that sort of a mind map in their mind. They don't know what it is. They do feel the connection in some or the other way, but they are not able to articulate this connection the way you are articulating. So in their mind map, there is no destination to it. They are completely confused. They don't know what is the end result, what is the conclusion of this whole drama which is happening with this person in their life. So, coming to this place where they are deliberately trying to work on themselves is not existing in their life, because they don't know why they should be working on themselves. Is there any destination for that? They don't have any clue for that. So it's a very big point which some people might be missing. Most of their lessons, most of their realizations, most of their progress in this journey is going to happen when they are not aware of the connection and they are not consciously working on it. They are not consciously working upon themselves. Most of their progress is going to happen in a most mundane way, in a most practical way, in a most earthly way. Then I also want to point out this particular word which is used in this question, that we cannot really expect any sort of a healthy communication with them. This word healthy is very, very relative. Like when you say we have a healthy communication or we have a healthy relationship, it actually goes to a very conventional parameter of a relationship template, that society has decided certain do's and don'ts about how a certain relationship should look like, and there is an unsaid rule book about what needs to be done in this relationship template and what is not expected in this particular relationship. And there is a certain decorum which both the people involved need to maintain. If the things are going according to that pattern, then you would say that, okay, the relationship is healthy. But if that relationship is breaking those rules, which are not written anywhere, but the whole society understands those rules in a certain way, if somebody is breaking those rules, it means that that relationship is not a healthy relationship. There is some sort of an issue over there, which is either societally not acceptable, or it is abusive, or it is toxic, or something. Now, when it comes to twin flame connection, as I said, the whole and soul role of your twin flame is to challenge every aspect of your ego. And when it comes to your belief systems, your identity, what you expect, what you feel the life should be, what you feel the relationship should be, everything is being challenged. So, the communication of you and your twin flame is definitely not going to follow any sort of a conventional norm. It is definitely going to always be out of that conventional template. And most of that communication and the purpose of that communication is going to be about your spiritual progress. So it will involve a lot of triggers, lot of disappointments, lot of expectations broken down. What is the most important factor over here is that the moment you start accepting this particular thing, that if you are on this particular journey, there is nothing which you can actually expect in a conventional manner. This is an unconventional relationship or a connection, and it is going to push you to your extremes. Are you really in alignment with this basic aspect of a twin flame connection? Maybe you are not, and that is why you are getting hurt again and again, that why this person cannot have any sort of a healthy communication. Well, that person is not going to have a healthy communication unless you are working on yourself, coming completely out of your ego and start functioning out of your soul. Till the time you are coming to that place, this person is going to challenge you again and again on all those aspects where you are getting triggered. As you ask that why this particular in and out, waltzing out process repeating again and again, if we have already begun our spiritual journey? And my answer would be that it is just the beginning. It is just the foundation you are digging down, and you haven't even really started this journey. And there could be so many more unexpected things, negative or positive, coming up your way in this journey. Right now, it is just the beginning. It is just that they activated you and you started purging negativities from your energy body, and that's it. So don't feel that you have arrived somewhere at a destination or anything of that sort. It is just the beginning. There is much more to come. And of course, I don't want to scare any of you by stating that oh my God, like there is so much to come and it's so much tough. It's not at all like that, because as souls, you have chosen this journey because you are very well equipped and capable to handle this journey. So there is nothing to fear over here, even when things are not so easy and really going tough. You are able to hold on to everything which is coming your way and to this connection. So there is no need to worry about it. But you need to understand that this is just a beginning. This is not the end. So till the time, in fact, you need to take that as an indicator that if your twin flame is still going in and out and there is this pattern of connection separation happening again and again, that means you are still coming into alignment. And that alignment is going to happen, as I said, on the energetic level, on the emotional level, mental level, and then it will start coming to your physical level. So the question is, are you really working on yourself? And are you really coming in alignment with yourself first? As I always say, that union is about first coming into your own alignment, and then automatically you would start coming in union with your twin flame on all these aspects. And if it is happening that your twin flame is still in and out, that means that purging process and that self work process is still on, and it will be on till you are working on it. Many times you feel that, okay, you are allowing them to go in and out. um, it's not about you. Most of the things are happening as a divine intervention. And when your twin flame is moving in and out, as I said, that there is certain things which are happening physically, but most of the time their higher self is guiding them. So when there is a time to leave you alone in the separation so that you can purge things out and you start working on certain aspects where you are triggered by your twin flame, their higher self will guide them to move away from you. So if you ask their physical self, they don't know, they don't understand, they are not aware of what is happening and why they feel like going away from you. They don't have answers to it. But there is a bigger picture over there, and there is a higher perspective there at play. So them going in and out is definitely have a bigger reason than you think what it is. What is their play in this situation? Does it affect them the same way? I don't think so. Do they also get affected by each encounter and take back something that they need to work on? And if you don't see that happening, in spite of zero expectations, then the question is, what is happening with them? Is there any fairness in the connection at all? Did your partner also have these issues that he realized after he met you, and did he work on them? If you don't mind asking. Thank you so much for this question. And I feel I'm going to dissect this question because there are a lot of red words and red statements I can figure out, which I really, really need to answer. So let's start. The next chunk of the question is, what is their play in this situation? I have also explained in very much detail in one of my videos about the role of a matrix twin and the role of a spiritual twin. Their role is to activate you. So they are encountering you and they have activated your energetic body inside you. That is their role. So they are going to be in the matrix. They are going to anchor you in the matrix. So they are there. Their presence is always there physically, even if they are not with you. They are going to be your epicenter of your life. Like, you are spiritually aware twin flame. They have chosen not to be spiritually aware, but to hold you and anchor you very strongly in the matrix. And most of their challenges in this journey are going to be extremely practical in nature. The divine is going to throw very, very practical sort of a challenge in front of them. So most of their lessons, the way they progress in their journey, is going to be happening with the practical lessons. Their karmic challenges, financial challenges, uh, career, uh, everything which is related to their earthly life. And through those challenges, they are going to progress, they are going to understand certain truths about this connection which they have with you and the overall journey, the overall connection. When it comes to you, as you have chosen to be a spiritually awakened one and aware one about this journey, most of your challenges are going to be extremely emotional in nature. Getting challenged by your twin flame or to fight your ego, your belief systems, all these things are coming to you. Their syllabus is completely different than you. So when it comes to this question, that what is their play in this? They are playing their role to hold you in the matrix, and they are learning their lessons. Because of them, because of their existence, you are getting activated, you are getting triggered, and you are being progressed. This is a teamwork. You are one soul, which most of the time we are saying that hypothetically, but we are not able to truly believe that your twin flame and you are one soul. So don't make that situation as you versus them, as if you are two opponents and there is some sort of a competition going on, or there is some sort of a fight going on between you two. It is definitely not about you versus them. It is always about working together as a team. You are carrying a certain role and they are carrying a certain role. So there is no comparison over there. Even though your destination is the same, your routes to reach that destination is different. There are different sort of timelines. So whatever you are learning right now, not necessary they are also learning the same thing right now. Their learning will be completely different than yours. So there is no way you should be comparing yourself with your twin flame. There is no way you should be expecting that whatever you are understanding, they also should be understanding the same thing at the same time. So know and understand that they are playing their role and it is different. As human beings, we are not able to comprehend this journey fully and really understand what exactly is happening as a bigger picture in this journey. If you are at all feeling that they are playing around with you, becoming a playboy, and they are taking advantage of you or anything of that sort, I think it is high time for all of those who are actually trying and dissecting their twin flame like that to start learning about how to dissect between the ego and the soul. Because whatever chatter is happening in your mind, most of it is coming from your ego. Some of it is coming from your soul. So if you are able to identify what sort of chatter is coming from your ego and what sort of chatter is coming from your soul, and if you always try and choose to be in your soul place, most of your pain you will be able to manage. Most of your uneasiness you would be able to manage. And it holds the same with your twin flame, that whatever they are behaving with you, if you are able to dissect their behavior according to what is coming from their ego and what is coming from their soul, and stick to only the soul and just ignore the ego, you would be able to deal with your twin flame connection in a amazing, most amazing ways, and it will really bring a great shift in your twin flame journey. And that is what we all are learning, because coming out of your ego and sticking to your soul is not a very easy process. It is not really easy to achieve that sort of a state. And this journey will definitely push you to your extremes so that you achieve it. And that is why I think we have met our twin flame in the first place. Then the next chunk of this question is that does it affect them the same way? Here you are trying to compare yourself with them, and that is why you are feeling that it should be, ideally it should be affecting them the same way. As I just now stated so many aspects of this situation and the roles, you would know that it does not need to affect them the same way you are getting affected, because your learning is different than them. So whatever is affecting you, you are learning a certain thing through that particular trigger. They might be learning something else. So you don't really need to bog yourself down in this comparison and feel bad about it. Next chunk of this question, that are they also taking some sort of a trigger and get that trigger back with themselves to work on? Absolutely, yes. When that connection is happening and some sort of an encounter is happening, the way they are activating you, you are also activating them. And there is definitely some sort of a trigger which they are carrying back home to work on, but not consciously. So they are not aware of it. There is definitely something which has triggered them. They are definitely processing it, contemplating on it, knowingly or unknowingly, and they are definitely arriving at a certain understanding. Are they particularly articulating it the way you are? No, not necessarily. They are not really articulating the same way as you are articulating. For example, I can give you my own example that one juncture, at one of the junctures in my journey, when I confronted with my twin flame that I was still missing him and I was feeling this energy of him all around me, not knowing what the hell is happening. And of course, I was not aware of the twin flame or any label or any sort of a journey that time. And with this typical conditioning, he gave me a very typical reply that we both should be focusing on our spouses, and we should move on. So let's not talk after this. And he vanished. He completely vanished. It took him 3 to 4 years, and we kept connecting and disconnecting in between to come to this realization that there is nothing wrong with this connection, and this connection is definitely greater than any marriage. And we do feel that we are one soul in two bodies. My twin flame did reach to this realization on his own in the span of 3 to 4 years. I did not tell him anything. I did not ever tell him about twin flames or what I am going through, what I am experiencing. Nothing. There was just connection and disconnection and some random conversations we had in between. But a guy who was actually conditioned this way, that we are married, we both have families, and we should not talk to each other because it is wrong and it is not accepted in the society and blah blah. He moved from that particular conditioning and understanding to this understanding where he said that some connections are greater than marriage, and I feel that we are one soul in two bodies. How did he actually arrive at that particular thought or that particular understanding? He was not awakened at that time, not aware of a concept of twin flames, not aware of inner work, nothing. But he did arrive at that particular understanding, right? So some of his life experiences within those 3 4 years made him realize that. So here again, I want to mention that same thing, that as they are not aware and not consciously working upon themselves, it won't really be appropriate to expect that they should be taking something back to work on, though they are really taking, but they are not aware of it. Again, this is also coming from your expectation that if I am working on something and if I am being triggered, my twin flame also needs to be triggered and he also needs to take back certain things to work on. And if he's not doing that, then it is not fair. So there again, that aspect of comparison is coming in the picture. There is some sort of a expectation which is coming in the picture. And I feel we all need to get rid of these things. Till the time you are in this state of comparing yourself with your twin flame and your progress, you are not going to shift to the next cycle of this journey. So there is a need for you to really rise above this earthly drama and this comparison and judgment and analysis. What I did, what he did, then why he did not do this, if I did this. All this you literally need to erase and get on to the next level. The next chunk of this question is that if you don't see it happening, then what is happening with them? Here, I really want to point out that you are depending on what you are able to see. But you need to ask this question to yourself, that whatever you are able to see right now in your journey, is that the complete picture of your journey? And I would say that whatever we are able to contemplate or understand what is happening in this journey with us or with them is not even 0.01%, because whatever we are understanding is according to our limited human brain, and we are very limited in that. And the twin flame journey is very, very vast. So we cannot really only look at the surface from our side, our understanding, and derive conclusions from it that, oh, I don't see anything happening, that means nothing is happening. This is also one of the very, very important lesson this twin flame journey will teach you, that don't rely on any sort of a thing which is visible to your eye, because that may not be the truth. It is exactly opposite. Like we have this saying in our mainstream society that seeing is believing. But I say exactly the opposite in this journey, that don't always believe what your eyes are seeing, because there is much more to our existence than what our eyes can see or our mind can perceive. And how would you learn that? When you start going within and you really start feeling that connection from inside your heart, you would start having that sense of knowing. Getting to that sense of knowing is very important. Stop seeing outside, stop deriving conclusions from what you're seeing outside. Go within and ask your heart. Go within and ask your soul, and you would be absolutely on your right track. Then getting to the next chunk of this question, that is there fairness in this connection at all? So I don't think I need to explain too much about this particular question because I think I have already explained a lot about it so far. But again, I want to point out that you and your twin flame are one soul. It is one team. It is working on a one singular mission. And that is why there is no scenario where you are competing against each other or you are standing opposite each other and fighting each other. And if it is not the case, then there is no question of being who is being fair to whom, because there is nothing unfair happening here. Everybody is playing their role and everybody is playing it very successfully. So I think that answers this question. And the last chunk, as it is asked, that did my partner see through his issues and work on them? Of course, he saw, as I already gave you the example, that when I was at this juncture where I was getting disappointed and devastated and getting in pain because my twin flame is walking in and out of my life, and I feel like, that what is this? Why he's treating me like this? I did go through that sort of a period for quite some time. And then I started realizing that it is definitely not about my ego. It is definitely not because he's trying to put me down or trying to play around with my emotions or anything of that sort. Somewhere I started realizing that he does love me. There is no ill intention over there. And it was coming from my heart. I was listening to my heart. And somewhere I started accepting that I think it is just my if and but which is coming from my ego. And I really need to let that go. And I really need to look at my twin flame from the place of empathy, because I think he's also having his own mm, life issues and he's trying to deal with those issues without even knowing where this connection is going, and it is not in his hands. There is some sort of a divine intervention and he connects and he again goes back because he's not able to keep up with it, and there is something higher at play over there. When I started realizing that, I started being really, really open. Of course, it was not easy. I started being okay with it. If he comes, I'm okay with it. If he goes, I'm completely okay with it. So I was accepting him the way he is. I completely decided to overcome most of my expectations. And of course, I never overcame all my expectations in my journey, but I was able to work on most of my expectations. And you are somewhere feeling that you are having zero expectations, but the reason why you are asking these questions, because you are having a lot of expectations. And this is one very important thing over here, that we all feel that we are not having any expectations of our twin flame. One day I sat and decided to write down everything which I'm actually expecting from my twin flame, and I could write more than 100 points. And I was zapped that how come I'm having like small expectations, that he does not reply, he does not smile, or whatever, like very, very small things. But there were more than 100 expectations, and I could go on. And that's when I realized that, oh my God, I am having so many expectations. All these questions are originating from your small little expectations. You cannot deny that. And unless and until you work on those expectations, you're not going to come out of this particular vibration or this particular cycle. So when I came out of those expectations, somewhere I was so relieved that, oh, okay, I don't need to validate him anymore. Because there is, at the back of your mind, there is also this need to validate your love again and again. How come he's going away? Does he really care for me? Does he really love me? So many things which are coming, like coming from your insecurity, your fear. So till the time you are being controlled by your ego, all these things are going to come again and again in this whole cycle. It's important to know how to operate from your soul and let go of your ego. When I started coming to that particular place where I let go of all my expectations, I knew, I trusted my heart that he loves me, he cares for me. Whatever is happening, let it happen. Let him take his own time, or whenever the things are supposed to be, they will be. And if he comes, I welcome him. If he goes, there were times when I was feeling that I am not a doormat, how can he take me for granted? But when I shifted out of that comparison, and when I shifted out of that ego, I was completely vibrating at a different frequency altogether. And all I had for my twin flame was empathy, love, and only love. When I started shifting at that particular level, my twin flame also started sensing it. As I said, that, energetically you start sensing each other. You're always sensing each other. So whatever I was working on, he was getting affected by it. I mean, that was also one of your questions. If I'm working on myself, my twin flame is also going to get benefited from it, because we are the same energy. So whatever progress I am doing in my journey, my twin flame is definitely going to get affected positively because of it. So he started sensing that energy, that I am calm, I am relaxed, I'm not expecting anything from him, I'm happy, I love him, and I do know that he loves me. When that particular equilibrium started happening in our connection, even when there was a pin drop silence in our connection, we are not talking to each other, there is this separation, and we are not pinging each other, there was a complete comfort from both the sides. We were not getting triggered because of anything, because we knew, we were sensing that connection with each other so profoundly. And because of that, we were completely in peace. There was no need for us to be restless and validate things again and again and getting triggered. And that's when I started realizing that, oh, okay, now I'm getting more into emotional alignment or mental alignment. And slowly, because of those alignments, also getting into an energetic alignment where he also stopped running, because somewhere energetically he started sensing those energies. But when I started releasing those things, energetically he started sensing it, and he completely stopped running after that, because he knew that I'm not chasing him. So there was a very beautiful time in our journey where we both were not running, not chasing, very well aware of our connection, and it was such a beautiful time to feel thoroughly connected with each other, even when you are not speaking with each other. And even if we speak and we vanish after that, it was still okay. We were not really getting triggered because of that. That's when I started actually realizing all these aspects, like, how union happens on different aspects, and how on certain levels you will start aligning with each other, which actually puts you in some sort of a peace and balance. Um, so yes, I have definitely experienced that particular thing, and that is only possible when you let go of your ego and you really rise above that earthly drama, and that, the blame game, and why this and why that, and why did he do this. Rise above that level and start looking at your journey from uh, a different perspective altogether, that there is a divine intervention, there is a big spirit team here who is looking after your spiritual progress, and whatever is planted in your journey, everything has a reason. Even if it is coming in and going out of your twin flame, everything has a reason. And if you understand that and truly acknowledge that, you will definitely notice a lot of shift in your journey, and you will start feeling that alignment with your twin flame sooner or later. Definitely it is not easy, like the way I am speaking, some people may feel that, oh, this is very easy to say. I'm not saying that it is easy to say, difficult to apply, but absolutely possible. Everybody can achieve this. So I hope whatever I said in this video makes sense, and most of you understand what I'm trying to say over here. If at all I have missed anything from these questions, please ask those things in the comments under this video, and I will try my best to reply to those questions if at all I'm missing any point over here. So this is all for today, and see you in the next video. Keep up the good work, stay positive, send a lot of love to your twin flame. Start learning how to dissect your ego from your soul, and you will see a great shift in your journey. So this is all for today. See you in the next video. Namaste.